And a big congrats on Paradise Highway. It's an affecting drama thriller that will have you at the edge of your seats, but also give you all the feels. And I love it. I enjoyed it.
Great. I love your hair.
Thank you. I thought you were going to say my backdrop. But let's start from the beginning, though, Mr. Frank. And by the way, I first interviewed you in 2011 for the fantastic The Gray.
Yeah.
And then you've shown that you're one of the best character actors out there. So what got you interested in joining the cast of Paradise Highway?
Well, the cast is top of the food chain. Juliette Binoche and Morgan Freeman, and then the script. I thought the script was beautifully written, and I loved Anna Gutto's energy and her vision for the film, and it was the easiest thing to say yes to.
Oh, well, your character of Dennis is the impetus of the narrative here. Talk to us about your character.
Yeah, Dennis is he's a guy who is not bad and he's not good. He's a bit ambiguous. Yes. And he's a damaged, troubled, emotionally stunted guy who thinks he's just kind of saving his sister, and he's doing something very bad. But I don't think he realizes the depth of how bad what he's doing is.
Exactly. No, you know what? And your sister is, of course, played by the great Juliette Binoche. I mean, she's your foul-mouthed trucker sister, and it's fun to see her, acting that way, right? I mean, how was it working with her?
I mean, it's a dream. She's one of my favorites. She always has been. I think she's stunningly beautiful inside and out, and I think she's one of the best actors, working. So it was fantastic.
At its heart, Mr. Frank is, human trafficking, right? I mean, and it's a tricky issue to put on screen. You need the perfect balance of compassion and, of course, drama. And like what you said, writer-director Anna Gutto achieved that in this film. Do you agree with me on that?
Absolutely. I really do. I mean, she found a great balance with all the characters, and she wasn't heavy-handed with the human trafficking aspect of it. It wasn't, we're not trying to force that down the audience's throat. It's really a story about family. It's a story about relationships. It's a story about abuse and how troublesome it could be if left unattended into adulthood. But yeah, I think she found a great balance. I mean, this is her first movie.
Wow. It's very, very impressive. Another achievement of hers, I think, when I was watching the film, I noticed she used melodramatic beats, right? I mean, the brother in prison, the sister who's going to help the brother, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's to the advantage of the film, I think, not to the detriment of it. Do you agree with me on that as well?
Yeah, I think without laying it on too heavy, I think, she's showing, what kind of people get caught up in these kinds of things, right? It's almost a subculture. Most people don't know about sex trafficking or human trafficking. Most people aren't in jail. Most people don't have, the one thing people can relate to is childhood trauma. And I think what Anna tried to do, again, without force feeding the audience, is to show that these two came from a very troubled background.
You're right. I love the way you kept on saying force feeding, because you're right. She didn't force feed.
She didn't. Yeah.
So, and I love that. So Paradise Highway is now showing in theaters and on demand. What do you hope for viewers to get after watching the film, Mr. Frank?
I hope they get an idea that this thing exists. Human trafficking exists. It's a problem that is much bigger than we know. And, and it is a movie, and you also want people to be entertained in some way, shape, or form. So if we can kind of combine those two things, fantastic.
Oh, now real quick, Mr. Frank, what's next for Mr. Frank Grillo?
Well, I've just finished a couple movies, but I have Lamborghini, the story about Lamborghini coming out in October, and another movie called Little Dixie coming out in the fall as well. And I'm always working on something. So there's lots of things.
Oh, keep on working. And I don't want to see you, 11 years from now. I hope to see you this fall.
I promise.
Well, big congrats on Paradise Highway again, Mr.
Thank
Frank.
you.
And good luck on everything.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.